Assalamualaikum, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to tell you about my review with Abib Cosmetics. This is their cushion. This is the Brightening Cushion Compact Velvet Veil SPF 50 plus PA+++. On my previous video, I've already reviewed the hydration cushion, but now this is the velvet cushion. So the previous one was more of a dewy finish, and this one is more of a velvet matte finish. Well, not really matte, but it's kind of a velvety, which is suitable if you have oily skin just like me. So without any further ado, let's just apply this cushion. It comes with a different package. It has like a cream color, beige color, and then there is a puff in here as usual, and mirror, and I'm using the shade 21P, which is, again, I think this is the darkest shade on their range, but it somehow kind of still feel a little bit lighter, but it's fine, we'll just work on that. See, it has SPF, so it's kind of a grayish in the finish, but I feel like this shade is kind of match on my skin tone than the previous cushion, and it has kind of a yellow tone in it compared to the previous one, yellow and a little bit pinkish. So I'm just gonna dab this once. Wait, I didn't grab the product. Dab this once, and let's apply this on this side. This one is kind of a more match onto my skin tone compared to the hydration one, which is why I love this one more. And also there's a difference about the puff. The hydration puff, it was more dense, it was denser than this one, so that's why the hydration one, they kind of have more full coverage. But this one, it's not really have a much full coverage because the puff is not really that dense. So if you just new here, I want to share a bit of story about the Abib Cosmetics. I was pretty curious about their brands because I received so many ads on my social media about them, and they just entered Indonesian market, and I'm really curious about them, and I finally picked their cushion. And Abib means Hebrew. It means the very first month. So the philosophy is when you start applying Abib skincare, Abib Cosmetics, on the very first month you kind of change your regular skin routine, skin cycle, and you change it into something more natural, more healthier, and more hydrating. I personally love their philosophy, and that makes me want to try this skincare product even more. I mean, I've only tried the cushion, and some people doesn't consider that cushion is skincare. So yeah, this is how it looks like. It's way kind of match my skin tone better than the hydration one, but you kind of still see that it's a bit lighter on my skin tone. I'm gonna add some more here because it doesn't have full coverage. The coverage is better on the hydration cushion, but this is not much coverage, but I really like it because I'm not a fan of full coverage kind of thing. So yeah, it's a bit lighter, but it's not really glowy, it's not really dewy as the Abib Hydration Cushion Compact. This one is more of kind of a velvety finish, and it's not really having the shine, the dewy finish that just like the previous cushion. So now from here, I'm gonna apply with a brush because, you know, I love to achieve more of a natural look, more of like I still want to show my skin. Oh yeah, By the way, it's not really giving much coverage. I still see my redness around here, my nose and my veins. Also, it's kind of grayish because it has SPF, I guess, and most of foundation or cushion that has SPF, they turn gray on me almost every time. But I like how this kind of like even out my skin tone, even though it's not doing much coverage. And also, I kind of love this velvety finish. I have oily skin and velvet finish is my favorite because when I apply something dewy finish, it's kind of look horrible. Now I'm applying two tap actually. And I'm just gonna dab it like that and blend it with a stippling brush. So the reason why I apply this way is because I don't want to have much coverage. I'm not really a fan of full coverage that is looking like you're wearing a mask. I prefer something that can still show my skin, people still see my skin through the product, because that's just like looking more natural. Gonna add some more here. So yeah, this is the difference. You can see definitely that this is more natural finish and this one is more kind of like you can see the cushion, you can see the coverage, even though it's not really full coverage. But I prefer this finish instead of this one because, well, it depends on what you like. I really like this one instead of this one, so that's why I show you how to apply this product in both ways. I'm just gonna blend this because I don't want this full coverage one. And also, this is kind of like evening out the skin tone without making you look like wearing a mask, full mask. Even though it's not really having a full coverage, but their finish is velvety and it's suitable if you have oily skin. And by velvety, it doesn't mean it's kind of like a velvet matte. You can still see the shine through, even though it's not too much like the hydration cushion. But this is just enough. If you have oily skin, a couple hours later, this is gonna combine with your oil and everything, and you will look like dewy, some kind of stuff. And I feel like I suit this shade better. This is 21p. I believe I chose the darkest shade. And yeah, it's matched my skin tone. See, it's not really looking lighter. Even on the back of my hand, it's kind of matched my skin tone. And this one is way better on my skin. I'm just gonna finish my makeup with some powder, but I still kind of see that it's a little bit lighter. You see, you get the point. It's not really kind of like very light. It's matched my skin tone, but I kind of see it a bit lighter. So I'm gonna add some yellow tone kind of a powder, just a little like that, and I will blend it with a stippling brush again. The coverage is not really full coverage. I think it's a medium. I think it's more like sheer to medium, but it's buildable. I can see the redness around my nose and my lips and veins on my cheeks, but that's completely fine. If you are okay with the kind of makeup that's still that people can still see your real skin, then you can go for it. I honestly prefer that kind of makeup style, but some people prefer some full coverage, which is why you can apply more, you can add some coverage on this The finish is very nice. It's velvety. It's not really shiny. It's not really glowy. If you have oily skin, you will love it. So that's it with the powder. I can still see the shiny here even though I'm wearing a powder, and somehow you can still see my uneven skin tone, and it's fine. It's totally fine. I'm just gonna finish my makeup and then I will be back. And this is the final look. I add few highlighter just a little bit because I still like the minimum shiny because I have oily skin, obviously. Okay, so now I guess I can say that I prefer the Brightening Cushion Compact Velvet Veil with SPF 50 plus PA+++, because first, it's matched with my skin tone. The shade is close to my skin tone. Second, I have oily skin, and with oily skin it is better if you have finish that is more like velvety or matte, but not like a dead matte. I prefer this because of that, and also this has like a sheer to medium coverage. It's not really like a full coverage, which is my favorite. Of course you can build it up, of course you can build it into some kind of a full coverage thing, but I really like this one because I can put on just a very little amount and got a sheer coverage out of it. And also the price is pretty affordable. I think it's sold on 200 or 300,000 rupiahs. I had a very good deal when I purchased this, by the way. So I purchased this one, the Abib Hydration Cushion Compact, but they also sent me this and some other product with face mask and everything. They are very generous. Thank you so much, Abib Cosmetics, again. And in one box you will have refill too, the refill, so you can if this run out, you can just toss it out and fill with this. So it's a very good deal for affordable price because you have literally 2 products in one box in one price you paid. And now for the comparison, I don't think one is better than another. It always depends on your skin. My skin is oily skin, and for oily skin it is always, I feel like it is always better to apply something velvety or matte finish when it comes to foundation and stuff like that. But I also enjoy applying this hydration cushion when I'm feeling like I want to add some kind of dewy and glowy onto the finish. But when for a daily, for something that is not really occasional or something that is just really I don't have to kind of like meeting a lot of people, who's meeting a lot of people during pandemic anyway, I really like to apply this velvet cushion. So this one if you have a dry skin, this one if you have oily skin. Hydration cushion for dry skin, brightening velvet cushion for oily skin. And that's it for today's video. I hope this video is helpful for you. I hope you can finally decide which Abib Cosmetics cushion that you can choose, you can purchase. Because even though they have very good quality, each of them have good quality, they are made for different skin. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye!